Apply. Alright, I know it's only out of one side. Give me a sec. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. That's so annoying. Because now I have to set all this other stuff over again. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Did you all hear anything from the beginning of the stream or no? Fuck. Okay, well, we went through the quick play spells in Discord, and that was really cool. And I was just making comments on how cool those were. Paul's or Pox was really cool because it was like remaking the Metroid stuff, which was pretty nice. Super sibilant control, super duper. Hopefully that's okay. We're gonna do another one on this though with smooth operator. But yeah, I was telling chat that if you all wanted to submit, you can do once per day. Sally Sue sells seashells by the seashore. Super duper soupy super my whoop. No, fuck. Shupa my whoopa super poopa whoopa Sally. How's that? Is that okay? I just joined, no clue. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. I think that that should be good, at least for now. Aside from, turn this up a little bit. Testing, testing. Okay. All right. So much for that. Fuck. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so I was saying that we have the everyday quick play spells that you can get into if you're interested, where you can join, submit a 15-second clip of pretty much anything as long as it's within, you know, respectable boundaries. Let's just say that. And I'll play it next stream. So, you know, if I miss it or you play it on a day that I'm not streaming, whenever the next stream pops up, then I'll play that. But yeah, that was cool. We had 4 submissions today. That was pretty awesome. Do DSers work also for what? What what symbol is that? Wait, what symbol is this? What is this? I have no idea what. I have never seen that symbol before. Voiceless alveolar lateral. Bro, what are you? What are you saying right now? I have I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the Digitone up and going. It's not a sibilant, but sounds like a sibilant. So, oh, is that like a noise that you make? I don't know. I think so. Digitone to, yeah. If anybody's interested in this stuff, I know that like hardly anybody here has any like Electron stuff, but I did just upload a drum tutorial on how to get big drums on the Digitone and whatnot. Oh, actually, that was from last night, so that was kind of cool. We're not going to be making drums in this, I think, today. I'm really just going to focus on... Yeah, you can target any frequency, and it can focus on whatever. But if it's something that has any kind of S sound or is sharp, then yeah, de-esser will work. You can also use something like Soothe, or I use Smooth Operator because it's way more CPU efficient. But yeah. This is really cool because, yeah, these drums are actually not, like, they don't have any external processing on them. This is all just from the Digitone, so it's all raw. So you can get some pretty big sounds from this if you know how to use it right. But what we're going to be doing is something a little bit different. We're going to load a project. Actually, I want to save this kick. Yeah, they're pretty thick, right? I'm going to save this. Oh, I might have already saved this. Thick kick. And then, no. Save. Yes. Okay, yeah, I've already got these saved. All right, I just wanted to make sure because I don't want to remake them sometimes. So let's go project, load project, create new. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not the best, but they're not terrible either. They're definitely workable. But something that I've been messing with that's a lot of fun is the track layering. So let me go here and I'm going to turn this up a little bit. We're going to go to the master overdrive here. Would I recommend the Tone 2 or Digi 2 for the first Electron box? I do not necessarily need sampling. I think that that would be the main consideration. The Digitact is, yeah, if you don't need sampling or you want something that's just a synth, then I would go with the Digitone. Both of them have 16 tracks. Both of them have a master compressor. They both have the same sequencing capability. Actually, no, the Digitone 2 has better sequencing capabilities because it has no edit. It also has a better chord. It has a chord mode and is polyphonic. That being said, the Digitact 2 just added the new slice feature, which is a pretty significant thing. I think that if you're accustomed to sampling and like you get, you know, yourself some cables, or like you have an iPad or something of the sort, like it's really fun to just like chuck some stuff into the Digitact and start exploring, but it's still not a synthesizer, you know. You can do some like wavetable stuff with it, but you know, that's really what it comes down to is, do you want something that, like, to me, I think that because it's a sampler, that means that you can put anything in there and it's going to last longer. But at the same time, this in particular is just as cool to me because you have a lot of other like neat, I don't know, FM is kind of unique when it's real FM and not phase modulation, even though they're very similar. So I'm sorry, I don't think that I answered your question. I don't know. I couldn't really tell you. We're going to go into the track layering here, and actually we're not going to do that. We're going to highlight this, and then we're going to go into the track layering, and we're just going to layer 2 and 3 together. I tried Cycles, Fours, Opals, VST, and had a lot of fun. Maybe Tone 2 is best for me. Yeah, maybe so. Like the way that I'm using this right now is creating just something that is a relatively unique sound. Which not right now yet, but once I have this and I have this all layered up, I'm going to just send it through a bunch of effects and try to resample, you know, some cool stuff or whatever. So, let's go E, Phrygian, and then we'll stack this here into the folded mode. That way I can play notes or whatever. We're going to go synth and go yes. Sorry. We're going to trigger a lower note. I do like that's kind of the thing you have to consider, because I do too, but also know that like it's got a set of limitations. Like I bought the Digitact first because like nothing is going to be as good of sound design as the DAW. You know what I mean? And it's so much more efficient for me to just do sound design in the DAW. Like even now, even though I'm having fun with this, this is still a really like long ways to do things that I normally do. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes efficiency isn't everything, but when I'm ready to like actually make tracks and cook, I do want it to be like as optimized as possible. Sampling possibly is useful. I like a box that could you possibly explain? Oh, we retracted the message. All right. I'm gonna back off of this just a bit. There we go. The Octatrack only has 8 tracks, so it's got 8 and then also 8 MIDI, but only 8 audio tracks. But the biggest thing of why I traded my Octatrack for the Digitact was because the Octatrack does not support overbridge. Just gonna focus on the sound for one. That's okay. Yeah, that was the big thing. Is like I'm very dependent on overbridge. Uh, I really want to make sure that I have that in my setup. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Pretty sure if I get any of these two machines, you would be stuck with them. What do you mean by you would be stuck? Thanks, ISO. I appreciate it, brother. Oh, yeah, they're pretty fun, and I've been enjoying this more and more. Like, I wasn't too into it when I first started messing with it, but the more that I do this, the more that I'm like, I actually do really like this. So now we have all these sounds together, and if I just play the one, see how much more of like a complicated or more complex sound we've made from that, you know, which is nice because we can have certain characteristics of this on each track, which is kind of sick if you think about it. So each one, even though they're playing layered, all have different settings with them. Pretty nice. And so the cool thing about this now is that we can utilize this for creating different variations of what we're working with. So I'm going to change this though to give this a little bit of release. Go back to the synth here. See if I can adjust this just a bit. Yeah, so some cool bells and stuff that, you know, we can use on that to kind of make it more interesting. And now that we have a complex sound with this, we can start to fire this off into the, sorry, let me get OBS back up here. Make sure that everything is working correctly. Close. Yeah, so we can start stacking effects on this and do other cool stuff, which is kind of nice. Snap heap. We can make some interesting things. Start with a filter table, maybe. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this. My screen keeps moving. It's driving me crazy. Can you stay? Fucking dude, stay. Stay. Sorry. So we can create some soft resonances like that and be able to utilize that to morph in between. We're going to go random, set the retrigger on this to never. Go like this. And let's do a couple of these. And I'm going to back off of the resonance of this and just push it up in certain use cases because otherwise it's going to be insane. I think I might even modulate that as well on the mix because you never know what this is going to do. It can be sometimes kind of insane. That's pretty sick. You see how we're just getting like, I don't know, just new stuff that sounds interesting. It sounds cool. Come into this for a second. I'm going to modulate some of these as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and go to the cutoff of the filter frequency. Hit yes. We're going to set this to random. And then I'm going to set the speed of this to go here. And set this to like 1. Or maybe 4. I don't know. We'll see what that does. And yeah, we'll just let that run free. So That way we'll get a more complex sound as well. And while we're at it, let's do this to a couple of things, and I'm going to also do that to the third one. The first instrument is going to be a little bit less insane, but I'm going to add the, not the offset, but the B level here. And I'm actually going to move this downward a bit, so that way just a little bit less. Same thing with this one. We're going to move all the way to the cutoff here. Hit yes, go like this. Move the cutoff down, set the speed to 4, and turn this down a little bit. So now we should have a lot of stuff that's going to... That's pretty sick. Yeah. Pretty dope. So now we can grab the blend. And I know that I've been doing the same thing a lot lately, so I apologize if this routine is looking kind of like annoying and samey or whatever. But it's been a lot of fun, and I think that I'm kind of onto something, even though I haven't quite cracked it with what I'm looking for. And needless to say, I have been having a good time with it. So one thing that I learned about this is that this is actually a buffer effect. And so what we can do, even though it's kind of clunky, set a random on here. And every half beat, excuse me, we can kind of set this to go on and off to this. And what's dope is that now we can just use the internal randomizers to get some interesting stuff with this that will provide harmonic variety. Because if we set this to time, or if we set the stretch mode here to quantize, then what's going to happen is it's going to play intervals of like, it's going to be twice as fast, it's going to be half as fast. So everything is still going to kind of work, at least on paper, right? We do need to turn this off, and I need to make sure that this is going to turn on at certain times. There we go. And with the shuffle here, we can also make this stuff play backwards, which is kind of interesting. So we can set this to, yeah, we can set that to repeat and then go generator. And sometimes it's going to be in reverse, sometimes forward. And we can always add more stuff to it later, but I'm going to see what this is going to do at first. Just kind of play with this as well, so. gonna grab a macro here. Just set this up all the way. Move this over here. So that way I can actually get out of this. And then I can just manipulate the time down here. So on one hand, I've got this going on, and then with the mouse, I'm manipulating the time of the effect grid feedback system. And together, we can kind of try to get some other stuff that's going along with the randomized content. So we're doing a little bit of stuff that's hands-on. We're doing a little bit of stuff that's not hands-on. Yeah, I know, right? It's actually kind of cool. I want something a little bit darker though. That's kind of a cool motif. Stuff like that is kind of nice. So, like, even just... Yeah. Yeah, baby. Shit. You being good? I'm gonna grab a gate. Turn that off. Thank you. Is this still playing? No. Hold on one sec. There we go. Just turn that off for a hot sec. Try to save some CPU. It's getting some kind of crazy latency going on right now. That's actually not too bad, but for whatever reason, this is like really behind. Good lord. Let's try that. There we go. Dude, why is this fucking... It's chugging. It's hella chugging. Maybe what I'll do is I'll turn the Digitone off for now. Give me one sec. Oh, shit. Nobody told me that we're still over here. Why didn't anybody say anything? uh... And... Let me see. Gotta move this back over. Okay. Digitone for 400 U's. The first one, I wouldn't. I don't think it's worth it personally. What is up with this latency? 56. Just got done watching your DN2 drums video. Thank you for that. Yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. $16 of latency. Oh. I need to save in the template to turn this off. Like I can leave it on there, but it needs to be like off. Nope, it's fine if I'm out of phase plant, it works fine. If I get in phase plant, it like totally breaks apart. So let me see if I can try a new instance of phase plant. But as of now, that's just being stupid. Okay, now it seems to be working. Thanks, phase plant. What the fuck? For some reason, Digitone has been in my feed and seemed interesting, but completely forgot there's a 2 and wasn't paying attention to which one it was in those videos, and now I have to rewatch. Yeah, I was making videos on the 2. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's worth getting, especially like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have an NPC, right? Like I can't necessarily justify you being like, yeah, you need that. At the same time, it is a fun machine for sure. And you can get some really cool stuff out of it. Just go new. Does that help at all? Yeah, dude, like faceplant is just chugging. Oh, that's so frustrating. I mean, the NPC has some great synths built into it. Do you not like those? If anything, I would say like OPX4 would be a really good alternative because it's very similar. And the thing about OP4 is that it actually has a matrix table, so you can, like, the routing is free, I think. Like you can kind of build your own patch with how you want stuff to go into what. It's kind of clunky to work with, but it's not terrible. Yeah, the OP4 is pretty cool. I have some videos on it. cool. So that's a cool little bass sound that we can kind of combine with that. Let's pull up another instance of faceplant. Does anybody know that theme? Wait. It's there's so many videos about Electron stuff. Oh, we were talking about the MPC stuff. Yeah. That sucks, man. I hate when you have to get rid of gear because like you need the money. No, not really. She's been doing pretty well. She's just hanging out right now. Do you want me to put the camera on her? Do you all want to hang out with Jersey? Hold on one second. There she is. There she is. My little baby. My little snuggle baby. We have the lights off today, but she's just quietly being sweet as usual. Ah, fuck. Why would I do that? No. Some fireworks were going off last night, and she wasn't really freaking out over it. Thinking that you're done with PC stuff, you'll come back to it. Like, I want to make it very clear that this is not, like, I'm not going DAWless. I have zero desire to go DAWless. And there's just certain things that you can do inside of a DAW that you cannot do elsewhere. And I think that it's important to kind of like, you know, I think that's important to remember. Just because, let me see if I can close some of these other applications and all that, because for whatever reason my computer is just butt chugging. and it's sucking ass right now, and it's pissing me off. There we go. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? But you can do some cool stuff with fireworks videos the past couple days. I've been trying to do that with her and like other dogs and barking and stuff. And what I'll have her do is I'll just have her lay down and then I'll put the video on and then I'll just like feed her kibble while the thing is going on. And if like her ears perk up, then I just like give her another little kibble and then like slowly decrease the frequency. But yeah, I had to do that with her for other dogs, if anything. Dogs and cats, she's like really fucking worked up about, but I just don't want to put all disposable income into one hobby like gaming. Well, I mean, you still have a kick-ass PC, you know, the PC doesn't really change. Okay. All right, we're gonna turn off the groove on this, and then I'm just going to Command A, Command Q. A lot of those work, so. Sorry. Wait, what? Oh, okay. What the fuck? But what cool when you can combine some synth electron, you can use electron audio in. I believe it's quite easy to set up and also sequence the synth from electron. Yeah, it's I mean the only thing that you have to consider is that the ceiling is a lot lower, you know, or in regards to like how far you can push it. So I'm kind of curious what I'm thinking about doing for like my break-in for the new like direction that the channel is going to go in is I'm thinking about making a video that's going to showcase like how I can make a full track using electron stuff, using the iPad, and then putting it into Bitwig, or maybe even doing the sound design in Bitwig, getting it into, you know, something else, doing some sequencing or whatever. You know what I mean? Just some kind of like reciprocal thing that kind of cycles from like one workplace to the other, and like let each thing that it's good at dedicate using only one sound source. You mean like you're saying like what, only use a sine wave? Using only one sound source or device? You mean? Oh, you mean it's easy to set up and sequence the synth from electron using one thing? Is that what you mean? I think that's what you were getting at. How to fully make a track? No, because like the point of it is to understand like what limitations each box has. Because I think that too many people are trying to do that. I think too many people are trying to be like, oh, you know, like the Digitone is never going to make something like this. Hello? Man, my computer is like the Digitone is never going to make something like this. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. But what the point of the video would be is to say, well, what can this do? Right? So what can I take from the Digitone to get something, to get whatever is useful in this, and then take it into Bitwig and look at what it takes in order to process it and get it into something like what I just played. Does that make sense? So it's sourcing from each of these devices and finding the workflow of like what these are good at. That's kind of what I'm getting at, because there's too many people I feel like that are making these videos of like, oh, can you make a professional song on the Digitone, or can you do this or whatever? And in my opinion, it's like, no, not even with, I guess you could do it with the Digitact in theory, but even still, like, you're severely limited because the Digitact can't perform certain effects or do certain processing to it on the fly like you can, you know, infinite automation and infinite effects and whatever of like adding color and detail and stuff just isn't available on these boxes. You still need to send them into something. That's kind of what I'm getting at. That's why I think it would be interesting to be like, maybe I do the sound design inside of the iPad and then I send it into the Digitact and the Digitone. Actually, yeah. So what would likely happen is I would start with the iPad. I'd make some sounds in there. Then I'd send them into the Digitact. I would sequence a beat. I would use the Digitone to harmonize. I need to write this down. Actually, no, it's recorded. So then I would harmonize and make other interesting sounds or whatever with the Digitone, and then put it all back into Bitwig and then make it into a full production. That would be the workflow use case. And then I can showcase that process in different ways. Like maybe that's what I do for one video, and then I'm like, all right, today we're gonna make the sounds in Bitwig, and I'm gonna throw them in patterning, patterning 3, and I'm gonna make some cool and interesting sound design things from just using all of the things that you can use inside of Drambo. Sorry, that was repetitive and redundant. Or I could do the same thing. I could like maybe start with a Digitone and send everything into Bitwig and then send it into other aspects. But like, that's the whole point, is there's all of these options and shit of like, if I'm bored of making music in one way, I have all of these choices now, which I never needed more choices. Nobody ever needs more choices with today's day and age. But I can spin it up, you know, I could switch it around and be like, you know what, I'm going to make a track today, but I'm going to do it starting on the sequencer. I'm going to do it starting in the Digitact. I'm going to do it starting with the other boxes or with the iPad. And I probably wouldn't do like a full track. I would probably just do like a main section or something just to like maintain my sanity, because keep in mind, this will not work if I do not edit it. If I don't edit this, then people are going to fall off very quickly. They're going to be like, this dude is going to do everything from scratch. Okay, which I am, but like if like all of the fiddling and the twiddling and all that stuff is going to be really annoying to some people, because that's just like part of it. That's the ugly side of production, unfortunately. Where's all my stuff? Okay, that's fine. We're not really, I swear to God, if I hadn't given a copy of Native Instruments to Corey, I would probably have sold my complete collection a long time ago. Um, Silver. Okay, so is it just faceplant that's doing that? Oh, that sucks. I think I deleted that rack that I made. Yep, I did. I can always remake it, but that's still kind of disappointing. So, yeah, I guess it's just faceplant that's being stupid right now. How's my CPU? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, guys. Like, this is just fucking unbearable. Like, this shit is... Oh, man. So we kind of just want to extract some of those motifs. Man, this is really testing my patience. Still kind of nice. I don't think that I want the arpeggiator on here, though. Oh, that was... No wonder. It was supposed to be octaves, but... Okay. It's kind of nice. I don't remember what that was that I recorded, but I'm gonna see if I can play that again. It was like... That's super cool. It's like Bitwig's GPU is just like eating shit. And it's, yeah. Jesus Christ, bro. This is actually fucking dope. I'm gonna save this real fast. Call this Celestial or something, because that's what that reminds me of. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quit this real fast and then reopen this and see if this fixes my problem. But oh my god. Like, that was driving me crazy. Let me see if this fixes any of the problems. No, it doesn't. What the fuck? Is this a Bitwig problem or what is going on? Yeah, it's a Bitwig problem. This also won't let me zoom in. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see if something's going on right now with my activity monitor that's making this act all stupid. My activity monitor isn't even showing up. Okay, now it is. CPU, GPU, 10%, 44% Windows server. Yeah, there's nothing crazy in here that's going on to make this do that, but I don't know. Maybe it's something with OBS that's like just being stupid, but I don't really know, but that's like I'm gonna punch somebody. Let me see if I quit Overbridge. See if that helps at all. What other stuff is going on here? Music recognition. Can I quit that? What is this? Playback stuff. Emoji and keyboard. Okay. All right. Alright, so this idea right here is actually something that I'm ironically most interested in. Or was it this idea? do this. Let's see if I can cut this right here and change this into a loop. Okay, it's time for drums. Does anybody have any questions about anything so far? Actually, let me take a quick break. Let me give her a snack. I'll give her one on camera, and then we'll continue. Jersey. 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 You ready for snack? You ready for snack? Come on over here. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. What is your opinion on the state of the world? Damn, baby. Damn, baby. You good girl? Yeah. Yes, you are. Look at that face. Good girl. You good puppy? Is it snack time? Yeah. You want a snack? You want a snack? Let's go get a snack. Come on, let's go. Let's go get a snack. You want a snack? You want a snack? Let's get a snack. Place. Place. Shake. Throw down. Leave it. Stay. Stay. Good. Good girl. Staff? What? There we go. You can see my luscious curly hair in the corner. She is the sweetest. I fucking love her. Oh, Staffordshire. Yeah, I think she's a little. I think she's mixed with the pit and staff because of the white crest on her chest. But she's tiny. Well, compared to other pits, she's very small, but super muscular. She's got the staff face. Yeah, she's a great dog. What's a fifth of D? One, two, three, four, five, six. A. She's the most cutest kind dog ever play fetch, and she will never stop. A friend of mine also has a staff mixed breed and very similar size. Yeah, she just like she's extremely well behaved, for one, and two, she just like even though she doesn't like other dogs and she doesn't like when new people come to the house, um, she'll just walk up to people outside, and then yeah, that's the only thing is that she just hates other dogs. Okay, we can do better. Cool. So let's give it some space now. What are you doing? You snooping? Hmm? You snooping? Good girl. Good puppy. Um, yeah, do y'all see like how every movement that I do on this is like, I wonder if that's also, I wonder if that's just like something within this project or what, but like everything that I do within Bitwig right now is just choppy as fuck. Which this kick isn't bad, but let's see if we can add a little bit more color to it. Oh, she needs to go outside. She just let out a nasty fart. So I'm going to finish making this kick and then, I mean, it's my dog, so I got to take her out, you know. She comes first, I'm sorry. But I'm going to take her out here in a second and then we'll come back and do some stuff. If anybody comes in and says hey or whatever, I would appreciate it if you all would let me know. And if you have to bounce, I totally understand too. But I'm not leaving. I need to take her out. That sounds nice. Okay, I am going to quickly take her out before she craps on the floor. Save this preset. Corey's asleep, so I'm not gonna wake her up and be like, "Yo, go take the dog out." It's just one of those things. And when she's got to go, she's got to go. I wish we had a backyard or something that we could do that with, but I'll leave you all with some music, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay. Let's see.
Yes, of course, I will. Will do.
do the do, if you know what I mean. But we're back in this, and I just made a kick. Turn that off. She's not hanging out in here anymore. If she comes back in, I will... Oh, did that just freeze? Okay. Well, I turned the visibility of that off. Oh. Okay. All right. Whatever. Um, yeah. So let's go ahead and continue. She drinks Mountain Dew. Yeah. All right, let's get into some stickies. Last track that was playing was sick. That was a Fioc remix that I did a few years back. There was a chance to win a, what was it, a Machine Plus, and I entered, and I didn't even place, unfortunately. But I was not in the right, like, they just wanted another techno song, and I, like, went balls to the walls with all of that. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. Add a little bit more noise to the top end of this. Filter. There we go. I'm gonna try the compressor plus on this instead. And we'll clip this. I like that. Transit control. Okay. Typically speaking, rim shots are a lot more quiet than like claps and snares and stuff. So there's that. But once I add some mid-side processing to this, it should kind of even itself out at least a little bit. Did that do it? I'm going to turn this down by quite a bit and reintroduce the sound. That's kind of cool. That was the one. How loud is that though? That's workable. Rubato, rubato. Dope. Dope. Okay, so now we just need some percussion. I think I'm going to... What should I do? I think I'm going to cheat here. I'm just going to bring in life. Cool. Really don't need that much, to be honest. So because of that, we can... There was one like snare thing in here that I heard that I really liked. No. Yeah. So we can start to layer this. Hey, Nimcon, what's up? Try that. Hey, Astro, what's up? Okay, so I can kind of hear it right here, which I really like. It's like boom, but I want to see if I can like emphasize that a little bit more. So this definitely is the year I move on to Bitwig. Logic gives me more problems than solutions. Yeah, I don't know how Ivy Lab does it, to be honest. But I mean, Logic is cool. It's kind of moving this all a little bit. Logic is good, but I find the need for third-party plugins is too much. Apple could care less about music production? Really? Apple doesn't have good third or first party effects? Because like I've used Logic on the iPad, and if it's anything in there, like there's actually some fantastic stuff. I actually don't use that many third party devices anymore. Like I have a handful, but for the most part, I most of the things that I design is just first party. Like there's a couple of things maybe, but yeah, the glue, I guess, and this is inconsequential. This is just a convenience thing, but yeah, well, I don't know. Well, I get that, but the plugins I think are the same. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Man, I appreciate that. Thanks. It's not a good time to be patriotic for me, anyway. If I play like A minor, this really makes me wish that I had more keys than 16. Happy 4th? Or, why is that? Oh my god, bro. Wait, are you from the US? We got some problems going on right now in our country, and they're very bad. Yeah, that's part of it. Definitely. I mean, that yeah, say no more. Like everything that's going on in the world of politics right now is not not Segoy. A lot of people I know are going to be affected by that negatively. A lot of veterans and stuff are going to kind of lose their care. Never used the iPad version, but maybe I just suck. But Logic UI is outdated on some plugins. Yeah, I mean, like some stuff, like the ESX2, and some of the sampler things is kind of like old school as fuck. But like they've got some pretty dope shit. Um, they have some pretty dope things regarding that. Yeah, forgive me. I don't care to. I'm not here to stir up a political discussion at the moment, but just as a matter of making it very clear of where I stand on that matter. Um, it's a lot, especially like when you're right in the heart of it and you see what's happening to people. It's pretty fucked up. So proud American, nothing to celebrate today. Yeah. Wait, isn't it like National Pickle Day or something? Other 4th of July holidays. 4th of July. Alice in Wonderland Day. Happy Alice in Wonderland Day. Happy National Caesar Salad Day. Happy National Barbecued Spare Ribs Day. I can get behind all of that. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. Man, I'm trying to have all these plugins up, but they keep getting in the way of things that I need. On one end, it's good that I'm utilizing all of Bitwig's areas and stuff, but on the other end, it's kind of frustrating when I'm trying to just keep something like smack dab in the middle of whatever. Maybe that, I don't know. I'll probably end up. Nope, I'll need that somewhere too. No, no, I got you. My genuine condolences are how it's going to negatively affect you and the ones you love. Yeah, I appreciate that. I but yeah, I don't know, man. It's not really much to say. What did I change this? 68.8. like slightly off key just enough for it not to fit. Excuse me. Kind of curious if any of this other stuff will fit over this. Bring this back to the default, and then I just kind of want this to throw this on here. We'll throw space on here. Throw some motion, some smear. Hello? Fuck. time no see. Hey, Tony. Tony, what the... Have you all seen that? The dinosaur? And the dinosaur points the gun at another dinosaur. Been in the ICU? Damn, dog, you alright? What the fuck? Man, I am so sorry to hear that. My grandma had a triple bypass surgery not too long ago. I was shitting bricks over her. Apparently that's a pretty common procedure. Multiband? Who to what? Oh man, I'm glad you're feeling okay. That's fucking crazy. Trying to make this a little bit meaner. The heart, I did it as well. Oh, triple bypass surgery? Sorry, when you said multiband, I thought you were talking about something with like fuse compressor. So I was like, what? Almost big 70? Jeez, that's awesome. I actually do lessons with another guy that's in his mid 70s. He's a doctor. Super cool guy, but I've been teaching him Bitwig, and I'm hoping that he can actually make a track or something pretty soon. Oh, you were? Yeah, never too old for music. Want to trade some music? What do you mean by that? Still isn't quite where I want it to be. I want it to be a little bit more like Lorne-esque. But it's not doing what I want it to. Okay, so I'm gonna make this kind of float a bit. a bit harsh. Oh, I mean, you can send it to me off stream. I have a Discord where you can go into stuff where it's like share your music and sounds, and you can promote your stuff. That's a place that like you don't just have to share it with me. You can share it with everybody. Just a little bit less tail on the do 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 do. That's also kind of cool too. Can someone type in exclamation point Discord in the chat for me, if you don't mind? Okay, yeah, that's something that I need to do. I need to move that a little bit more forward as well. Because this is kind of hitting right on the money. Whatever I did here, that's what I want. So just gonna put that on almost every bar. There we go. That way we can kind of just push the rhythm a little bit further. Is this even attached to anything? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna make both of these follow this. There we go. Whoa. Hold on there, cowboy. Yeah, sometimes. There's a couple sounds in there that I really like. I think it's right here. That kind of shit. So. There we go. That's pretty sick. I'm just like adding random shit because That's actually pretty cool. Kind of use this for like reverbed out detail, but just wanted to see if that was going to do something interesting. Yeah, this is kind of like a chill track or whatever, but I'm kind of wanting to like not do chill shit. I'm wanting to like go more down the heavier route. I just hate that whenever I try to write anything musical, it automatically goes into like, oh, this is smooth mode and whatever. And it's not to say that I'm trying to make something abrasive, but writing heavy music has always been just a crazy challenge for me. I think that I probably just need to like strip away most elements. Because I think that the sound palette for this is, you know, the reverbs and all that, whatever. Like, I wonder if just kind of go back to all of the harmony that I've added to this and simplify. Yeah, okay. So this idea is cool. And maybe we can use this as like a second section or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and move this over to a different location. And I'm just going to rework the drums. Mute all this other stuff. So maybe if I push that a little early. Maybe like here. Yeah, maybe if I like sped the track up or something. Do 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 do. I actually tried to make that track before and ended up poorly. Um, so something that could be worth doing is just kind of having something like this. It's creating that harsh. That. So that's idea 1. This is idea 2. Idea 3. Oh, just pretty much the same thing, just different drums. But I thought that I had a different musical element on that. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about anything? My dog is looking at me like, why haven't you fed me? It's an hour past my feeding time. Why haven't you? Why haven't you relieved me of the lack of sustenance? Why haven't you given me the energy that I need, even though I had a snack earlier? No questions, comments, observations. Big pat, patty whack. Oh, oh, All right. Well, much love, guys. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go feed my dog. Just got here. I love the vibes. Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna take off and make my dog dinner. Make myself some dinner as well. But you can still kind of hang out on or check out the VOD. There's a lot of stuff that I did today. I just try to write. But yeah, thanks everybody. I appreciate you, and I hope that you all are well. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Might need to just take a break for a bit and play some games or something. Feed the pop-up. I'll check it out. Yeah, you can kind of just scroll through if I do something cool. I don't expect you to watch the whole thing. But yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing something else. But bye everybody. I'll see you later. Have a great rest of your weekend and stay safe out there. Life is crazy. Much love, guys.